Hi everyone and welcome to Canada CPA Online Academy Sharing the Wisdom. Thank you so much for the response for the last video and the comments and likes and everything. And the lot of people have asked me about how to prepare for day one. So I'm trying to give some answers from your questions that I have received about day one. Um, so what is day one? Sometimes it is not very clear what is day one, day two, day three. So today we are going to talk about day one. But before we move ahead, please like, share, subscribe to the channel and keep getting updates on the CFE preparations. And all the best if you're preparing for the May attempt. So getting back to day one. So day one is the first day of the exam for the CFE. Now if you are going through the all the modules and all levels, and if you are in Capstone One, then you must have chosen a case that would be that you would be presenting for your Capstone One. So what is Capstone One is you make a group, and that group solves that case and makes a presentation for that case. That is Capstone One. Now, for the candidates who are pursuing the CFE through the Memorandum of Understanding or MRA route, they are exempted from giving Capstone 1. So they are directly admitted to Capstone 2. And the day one of the exam is based on the case that is in Capstone 1. So please keep that difference in mind, that even if you have not given Capstone 1, you will still have to study the case for the Capstone 1, because that case is linked to your day 1 case exam paper. Now, usually in every exam there are two cases that are tested for day one. Like last September there was Marmani and Distinct Hotel. So there were two cases, because of the repeated, like some are candidates who have not cleared day one, so next time they can give the same case. So there will always be two cases. So Marmani wouldn't be there for the next time Marmani is done. So there will be Distinct Hotel and there would be one more new case. So all those who are coming from Capstone 1 would be attempting the new case, and the one who are giving directly the CFE, they can choose between whether Distinct Hotel or the new case. Now, to give you an idea, what is it? So in Capstone 1, you're given a base case. So it is a one big 50-60 pages case which has like all the details of the what is the company, what is the history of the company, how that company was formed, what does it look like for the market of that company, what are the strengths, weaknesses of that company or that market, what affects them, what are the opportunities, what are the board of directors, what are the owners, their personalities, from where they come from, and all these detailed information would be given in 50 to 60 pages. Now, there would be vision, mission, the values of the company, how they have grown, how long they have been in business, what are their future plans. Everything will be discussed in that base case, and there would be around 18, 20, 15 to 20 issues, including some strategic issues, some operational issues, and so on. And what you have to do is, in Capstone 1, you have to make a presentation in your group to address each issue and give a proposal of what you're suggesting. Now remember, there is no right or wrong as such in these type of decisions. That suppose one decision, strategic decision, is whether you want to buy a new division or new company as such. So there is no right or wrong in that decision. Even if you suggest yes, go buy that, or you suggest no, don't buy that, the only thing what is required is you should be able to justify what you're suggesting. So if you're saying that okay, go buy that, why you're suggesting that that acquisition or that purchase of that new division or whatever that is, whether it fits with your vision, whether it fits the company's mission, whether is it something that aligns with their core values, is it something that would fit in the loan structure, does the company has the money. So there are various factors that are you have to consider for saying or deciding on a strategic issue. Now this becomes your base case. Now what is day one is, on day one there would be a case which is around 20-25 pages, and that case is now based on this base case that you have dealt with in Capstone One. So suppose Distinct Hotel was the last year's case. So Distinct Hotel, up to 2020 this has happened, and this is where they're planning to go for an IPO. Now in day one it would be say 2024, 2025, same company 5 years ahead, and they will give you, okay, they have launched the IPO or they did not launch the IPO. These were the changes. So there will be some changes in their maybe board structure, maybe in their business, whether the market was good or market was bad, or something has happened to that company in these 4 or 5 years, and now there are new issues in the future. Okay, so on the CFE day one, what you have to do is you have to still solve that case for that day, but it has the connections or links or threads back to your original case. So in your mind, your base case uh, should be very you should be very clear what happened, what the structure was, what mission, vision, values were, and what was the original plan and where they are and what are the new issues. And overall in your answer you should be able to connect the dots and link everything together. So in day one, usually there are four strategic issues that you will have to address to, and then one or two operational issues. Sometimes they are very clearly given operational issues, or sometimes they are hidden that you have to like judge that issue from the given dialogues or some hints that are given across the cases. Now, day one is always a slippery slope, I would say, that because it has a holistic view of pass and fail. Like day 2 or 3, there are no certain criteria of these many C's you have to cover, this you have to cover in FR, this you have to cover in MA or whatever. So there is nothing like that for day one. You just have to, so you get it or you don't get it. So it's like an holistic approach. That's why sometimes people are not very sure how to approach day one. But first, understanding the basic idea, the basic framework, what is required. So very first thing, you should be very strong with the facts and details about your Capstone One case. Now, the next thing is, for day one, what you need to know is it has a strategic focus. Now, when we say strategic focus, what does that mean? So it is a bird's eye view. Imagine you are a CFO or a CEO of the company, and there is a decision that you have to make. Then what would you think? Okay, so that is the strategic focus. Now here you're still thinking as a CPA, but not in terms of whether this standard, this IFRS, this ASPE, is it applicable? How will you treat it financial reporting wise? No, it is not required. That type of thinking is not required. What is required is a high level decision that, okay, if you want to acquire a certain new business, then what, as a CEO, as a CFO, what will you think? What would be your thinking line? So the very first is money. Do you have the money to buy it? Second is, what are your growth plans? Does it fit with your vision, mission, values, and whatever your goals? Like, okay, this has to have a 10% ROI, return on investment. That is your target. So whether it fits into that investment that you're making, whether it fits into that target, then like the money constraint, like can you source it internally, or would you require loan? If you require loan, do you have the capacity to loan that much amount, and things like that? What would be the payback period? And so does that investment make sense or not, whether it is an investment, or where it might be like this division is not performing to just sell it, or do we want to renovate it and invest some more money, and whether it will start earning money, or just sell it right now. So from a high level perspective, what is your decision on that issue? So you don't have to consider the tax implications, you don't have to consider the financial reporting consideration. So this day one focuses more on, like, if you think subject wise, it would focus more on finance, more on sometimes the product costing and things like that, and your strategy and governance. So these three subjects it would focus more on. It doesn't focus on audit, nothing on tax or financial reporting side. So you need a high level analytical skills, and like I discussed, whether it has a positive NPV, whether it has, what is the IRR, what is the ROI, what is the payback period. These type of all the capital budgeting finance concepts will be tested in the quantitative part of the strategic issues. Now, this is one. So each issue will have a quantitative factor and a qualitative factor. Okay, so everything, like, it looks good on number side, but whether it fits with your values, whether it fits with your vision, whether it fits with your mission. So like if it is a not for profit company, so on quantitative side, that if you make an analysis, okay, this is a very profitable and things like that, like that strategic issue is earning you a lot of money, but your company as such is a not for profit, so it doesn't align with the main core value of the company, then it doesn't make sense. So even quantitatively that option is very lucrative or good for investment. From the values or mission wise, for that not for profit, it doesn't align with its mission, so it's a no, for it might be a no for that decision. So you have to think holistically for giving any decision. Again, there is no right or wrong in the decision, but you have to justify why you are giving that decision. There is a very specific pattern that is followed for writing a day one answer. So follow that pattern. So you start with the situational analysis that they say. So situational analysis, what changed. So you have your base case, you have the case on day one, and what you are judging. So like if you are a CPA and you are given this assignment, as maybe as internal or external advisor, you are, what you will do, okay, I know this client from 5 years ago, and today they have come back to me again with this consulting uh, uh, whatever assignment. And then what you will do, that okay, has there been any change in the vision? Okay, their vision was this, their vision now is that, okay, it's the same. Is there any change in the mission? Is there any change in the values? Is there any change in the key success factors? Okay, so maybe the market has changed over the 5 years. Like we had the distinct hotel case. Now if you see this year, the hotel industry had a huge turnaround in how they are making the business, how they are finding new avenues of revenue and things like that. So there may be a change in the key success factor. Then there is a SWOT analysis. So strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what were their strength? Is it the same? Has anything changed? So maybe their strength was the one member from the board of directors, and he has left. Or maybe they had a large chunk of market share in something, and now their market is not doing so well, so there is a weakness in that side. Then but another market is opening up in United States, suppose, so there is an opportunity. So you will have to see based on read the case, and then you will know. So for that you should have a very strong understanding of your base case. Then the next part is financial analysis. It will be a quick review of, so if you're going through the balance sheet P&L and you have to compare with what has changed. So just a quick review of ratios and trends, and identifying if you want to invest in something, do you have that spare capacity? What is the debt equity ratio? How is the company performing? What are the operating ratios? What is the profit ratios, and things like that, just to get you a quick understanding of where the company is standing and how strong it is and what is the cash position. And then there would be goals. The goals would be made clear from the discussions from the case, that okay, the one of the board members says that okay, we want to invest only in those opportunities which will give us a ROI of 5% or this amount of specific profit. Or they have a target of say dividend payout, that this year we haven't paid dividends for last 5 years, so this year we want to pay dividends. So you should have that extra cash available to make that dividend payment. So that has to be kept at the back of your mind when you are giving any decisions. So like you can't invest everything because you need cash in hand for that dividend payouts. So there would be different goals and restrictions that you will have in your case, and you will have to consider those while giving the decisions on your strategic options. Now some are very specific to the case, like say for hotel industry, it is very important to maintain the ADR, that is the average daily rate, so the booking rate or the occupancy rate for the month or the quarter or the year, and they have their targets based on that. So some ratios or some what you can say key performance indicate KPIs would be very specific to that industry. So be familiar with the case so that you will know what their performance is measured into and what should be your target. So based on all that, you will be able to write your day one. So just to give you a recap, you will have one big 50-60 pages case in Capstone One. Based on that case, there would be a version of that case in future. So same company, same business, something happened after 4 or 5 years, something changed. That change could be in vision, mission, values, board of directors, strategic options, IPOs, whatever they can plan, various elements. And that is your case for day one. The case would be 20-25 pages, and you have to answer the 4 strategic issues and 1 or 2 operational issues. Now, after this first part of situational analysis, you will go to the specifics of the in each individual issue. So how would you tackle the issues? Say you start with the first issue, you start with your qualitative analysis. So what are the pros of that strategic issues, and what are the cons? That so pro and con would be your qualitative analysis. So if you invest in this proposal, what is going to happen? Okay, it might be increasing your market share. What is your goal? Okay, your goal is to increase your market share from 10 to 15%. So if you add this strategic option or this option in your business, where is it going? So it is moving from 10 to 12%. So it is good for your overall company's goals. So that would be your pro. What is the cons? So maybe it is not aligned with your vision, or maybe there are some larger payouts that are required initially. Do you have the cash for that? Or it has some negative impact on the brand, or because of this something else is getting affected. So there could be like different possibilities that you will have details in your case. So for that specific strategic issue, what are the pros, what are the cons? And now these pros and cons, you have to think back to whether it aligns with your vision, whether it aligns with your mission, values, key success factors, maybe with your restrictions for cash. Maybe if you invest this, you won't be able to pay dividend. So whatever. So keep that link, keep it linking back to your situational analysis. That is what they are looking for. That are you able to see the whole picture related to that issue? Second part would be the quantitative analysis. So in terms of ROI, NPV, IRR, whether it makes sense to invest like financially in that project. And from that again, you will have to link it back. Okay, your ROI target was 5%. This is giving you 6%. Okay, go ahead. 5%, it's 3%. No, it's below our target. It can't, you don't have to invest in that or whatever. So qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, and then conclusion. So what is your conclusion for this issue? Whether you are suggesting go ahead, invest, or no, don't go ahead, don't invest in that, whatever your conclusion is. And from all these factors, highlight one or two factors why you are giving this conclusion. Okay, so like even if you are writing four pros, four cons, but then highlight because of this pro, or this is very positive impact on the ROI. I'm suggesting that you go ahead with this investment. So similarly, you deal with all the strategic and operational issues one by one, and then there would be a final conclusion. So summarize the conclusions for all the issues. Now weigh in. Okay, so you have four strategic options, but I'm suggesting that, okay, first invest in this issue two, then invest in number one, then if you have this or this, then invest in three, don't go for four, and then your operational issue conclusion. And then give the order of priority and weigh in, like what is more important with this four, because you can't say like everything is important, that there would be, so the importance could be in terms of like the nature of the project, the size of the project, the financial investment in required in that project, or the more stress on your, like you have IPO next year, you have to attain the growth of this 20% in revenue by next year. So this one project is going to give you that 25% growth. So definitely that is your first priority. Okay, invest in that project first, that will give you growth, that would help you to attain your IPO targets. So based on the overall goals and requirements, you will have to prioritize what is important and then give the final conclusion. So overall basis, this is what day one is. So like once you have a clear idea that what it is, then it is easier to approach it systematically. So start working on the Capstone One case at this point of time. I will make a separate video on how you can start studying about studying for day one as such specifically. And see you until next time. Please like, share, subscribe this video, and leave in comments which one you want to tackle the next, what are your specific questions, and I will be happy to answer. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.